Another day in the office as a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Watching this team blow yet another 4-1 lead, because that seems to be the famous one the Leafs continue to love to blow. However, this game, if you're a true hockey fan, man oh man was this a game to watch. Not only because of the way this game went about. The Leafs get the early lead, 3-0, and then they get a 4-1 lead, and then they make the comeback happen, and then, of course, the Leafs lose it 5-4 in overtime. It's just the narrative. Two of the best teams record-wise over the last, month or however many games you want to look at. They're two of the best teams in the NHL. They're playing the best hockey in Colorado. The place was booming. It's a great game to watch. It's unfortunate the Leafs were on the wrong end of this one. With the loss in overtime, the Leafs are now 22-8-3. By the way, Avs fans, welcome to the page. And I'll tell you this, because I know everyone's going to say, well, the Avs are that much better than the Leafs, all the Leafs, this and that. Can we go back to the last time these two teams played in Toronto, where the Leafs did win that game 8-3? So, on home ice, the Leafs dominated the Avs. On their home ice, they dominated the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't care what the score suggests. It was pretty much, it felt like all Avs for the majority of this game. But let's break down the game anyways. First period. The Leafs get on the board early. Alex Kerfoot on a 2-on-1 with Michael Bunting. Beautiful feed from Bunting. Kerfoot buries it past Darcy Kemper. That goal was at 7:54 of the first period. And the Leafs are on the board early. Exactly what you want to get on the road. Get on the board early. Put the pressure on the Avalanche, even though this team can score at will. And they have not lost a game in their last 10 on home ice. And obviously that continued today. But you needed to get that early goal. Then, 7 minutes after that, Riley the point shot, he kind of bounces around and gets to Austin Matthews in front, who backhands it past Darcy Kemper, and the Leafs get a 2-0 lead here. Riley and Kerfoot have assists on that goal at 14-17. Then, 33 seconds after that, Kerfoot down low below the goal line, centers it to Austin Matthews, and he roofs it past Kemper. Austin's got 2 in the first period. The Leafs got a 3-0 lead. That goes at 14:50. Of the first period. Kerfoot and Muzzin have assists on the goal. Kerfoot's got 3 points in the first period. They're buzzing early. However, and I don't know. Anybody who's been to Colorado, if you guys have, people who are in Colorado, you guys, I don't know if you can tell the difference if you come this way, but we all hear about elevation. I've never been out there. I don't know if that's a legit thing and if that affects you as the game goes along. I have no idea. But it just looked like the Leafs ran out of gas. And they started getting lackadaisical. They started getting their feet going. And that's a disaster waiting to happen. And the thing, I haven't mentioned it a lot this year, but the thing that makes me cringe is late period goals when you have a sizable lead. Because those build momentum heading into the next period. And Nathan MacKinnon, with under 3 minutes to go in the first period, he scores, beating Jack Campbell. And it's a 3-1 game. And a lot of people are like, it's still a 3-1. You still got a 2-goal lead. You end the first period. It's a 3-1 Leafs lead. Shots on goal were 12-10 in favor of Colorado. Pretty even. But I'm sitting here like, no, that goal makes me really angry because it's that late period goal that builds momentum heading into the next period. Now, obviously, going into the second, it really didn't build a whole lot of momentum because on the power play, Nick flippin' Ritchie, he scores. There's a beautiful feed from Wayne Simmons. Looked like that JVR move in front of the net. If you guys remember that type of move, you watch the highlight, you will know what I mean. And Ritchie buries it. This guy was not even supposed to be on the roster today. But Mitch Marner, didn't have him in the lineup tonight, and no Pierre Engvall because of COVID protocol. So Nick Ritchie had to play. And he scores in the power play. McCabe and Simmons grab assists on that goal at 5:39 in the second period. The Leafs regain their 3-goal lead. However, with about, where are we here? Under 4 minutes, with 3 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the second period, Cale Makar scores to make it a 4-2 game. And then, we're sitting at the end of the second period. Well, you got a 2-goal lead. Shots on goal 15-10 in favor of Colorado, but you still have that 2-goal lead heading into the third period. But again, I'm sitting here saying you gave up another late period goal. Can you imagine if they close that period strong, they have the 4-1 lead heading into the third? Who knows? It might have been the same result. I don't know. But the momentum would not have shifted the way it did. Because then we go into the third period, and the floodgates open for the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, then when McKinnon starts getting his legs going, they start getting tape-to-tape passes cooking. That line of Landeskog, Mikko Rantanen, and Nathan McKinnon is absolutely flawless. It's incredible. Then watching those guys go to work in the third period, the Leafs just have no legs left, and they're just spinning circles around the Toronto Maple Leafs. Landeskog scores 10:06 in to make it 4-3. It just made it over the goal line, but that's all it needs. It just needs a little bit to go over the line, or the full puck. But you know what I mean. It barely goes over the line, and there's still half a period to play. And I'm sitting here like, this game is far from over, and it is a disaster waiting to happen because that was a 4-3 game, and they have all the momentum in the world because of that late second period goal. They now score that goal. Then a minute and a bit left. After that, a beautiful feed from Mikko Rantanen down low to JT Comfort. Jack Campbell thinking that Rantanen's coming out around the other way, goes to that post. Well, backdoor pass here. Campbell doesn't know where it is. Comfort buries it, and we're tied at 11:46. I'm sitting here like, well, kind of saw this coming. That late second period goal kills you. Momentum's gone. Shots on goal in the third, 21-5 for the Colorado Avalanche. It's remarkable. Now, did they have some power plays that were a little gifted? Of course they were. But you know what? That's not the reason the Leafs lost this game. It really isn't. Did the Leafs get hauled down? Like Nick Ritchie, I believe, got hauled down once. Austin Matthews got hauled down once. And there was no calls in the play, which I was quite shocked about. Then TJ Brody and Kadri hits Brody from behind, and they both get penalties. Brody for embellishment. When in the world did a guy not looking at the play and getting hit from behind? Embellishment. Interesting. That's a very interesting call late in the game. But either way, that's not the reason the Leafs lost. And, it's unfortunate we only had the one power play because they scored on the one power play, the Nick Ritchie goal. And we go into overtime. And I'm sitting here like, look, I'm excited because, overtime, think about it. Again, like I said earlier, as a hockey fan, think of these two highly skilled off. It's unfortunate Mitch Marner couldn't play because that adds more skill to this. Can you imagine those two teams in overtime? It's incredible. Now, unfortunately, we didn't see a lot of it to get the full craziness of overtime, but Devon Toews scored a minute 12 in to win it for the Colorado Avalanche, and they're 11-0-0 in their last 11 home games, which is wild stuff for the Avs, and they are playing some incredible hockey. That team is scary. That team is really, really good. The only question for the Avs is their goaltending. Darcy Kemper, Francouz, They lost Grubauer, and after that, it's been kind of, you're not too sure. So that's the one question, if you're an Avs fan, I think you can all agree with me, that the one question is goaltending. And Leaf fans know it very well. You can have the highest scoring offense on the planet. If you can't keep the puck out of the net come playoff time, you're not going anywhere. And trust me, we know that. So, am I happy the Leafs got at least a point on the road in Colorado without Mitch Marner or Pierre Engvall? Yes. They had a 4-1 lead. Should they have got 2 points? You're damn right they should have. But that late second period goal that flipped the momentum, in my opinion, was the icebreaker. And it just really, the floodgates open because the Leafs, again, if that elevation thing is a deal, you go into the third period with no momentum. And that's the last thing that you want to see. Now, shots on goal in the game, 51-27. In favor of Colorado. As I mentioned, they just dominated the second half of this game. That's all there is to it. The one power play the Leafs had, they scored on it. Colorado had 4 power plays. They didn't score on it. I am baffled they did not score on any power plays. And Jack Campbell, look, you can't fault the guy. 5 goals on 51 shots. The reason the Leafs got a point is Jack Campbell. Austin Matthews with a couple goals. Alex Kerfoot with a goal and 2 assists. As a straight-up hockey fan, that was one hell of a hockey game. As a Leaf fan, yeah, it sucks. But think about it, Leaf fans. are we really going to lose sleep months from now against over a game in Colorado where you got a point in like almost basically the beginning of January? No, of course not. You'll take the point, you'll move on. As much as it hurts, and it really does, there's nothing you can do about it. Going into this game, I think every Leaf fan was kind of drawing this up as a loss. Without Mitch, without Engvall, on the road, the Avs are playing incredible hockey. They're incredible at home. It's just that everything was kind of tilted toward Colorado, so we're sitting here like, oh God, this might be a disaster. The fact that you got a point, as much as you blew a 4-1 lead, as much as you got a point, I'll take that and move on, right? The next game for the Toronto Maple Leafs is on Tuesday, 10 p.m. puck drop. Great. As they head to Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. That team is playing really well as of late as well. Very different Vegas team than what we saw in Toronto. So do not take that team lightly. They have been playing some really, really good hockey. But again, another test for the Toronto Maple Leafs, all right? And hopefully Mitch Marner and Engvall will be back in the lineup. Hopefully. I hope so, God. Please. Anyways, you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening, because yes, I'm a Leaf fan, but I'm also a hockey fan, and I thoroughly enjoyed the game. If you guys did too, smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game. I swear I've hit puberty. I swear I have. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game. What you like. What you not like from today's game today for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Twitter link is down below, so follow up. Send me a DM. Do that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition tomorrow, 6 p.m. tip-off in Toronto as they host JV and the New Orleans Pelicans. And what a year Jonas Valanciunas is putting together. We'll see big JV in Toronto tomorrow. Unfortunately, no fans to greet the big guy, but it is what it is as the Raps host the Pelicans, all right, at Scotiabank Arena. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they continue the road swing in Vegas, taking on the Golden Knights, 10 p.m. puck drop there. We're going to get back into the win column after tonight's tough loss against the Avs, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.